this little interview Broken to Bold and Bountiful. Now, I'm going to let Michelle tell you about why we've called her that. So, Michelle, a little backstory. Who are you? And could you tell us why we've called it Broken to Bold and Bountiful?
Thank you. Broken to Bold and Bountiful. Well, actually, Bold and Bountiful was the original title, because I'm exploring and writing some programs for 2022 and was looking for a title, and the word bountiful came up, which I explored. But for today, to go from broken to bold is really my story. And I've had different times in my life where I've been broken. I'm sure a lot of people listening can relate. And broken can be in all different ways. You know, trauma needs to be redefined. Trauma can be massive, major, catastrophic events, or it can be slow leaking valves of minor trauma throughout your life. And so my broken originally started way back in my childhood, suffering sexual abuse, physical abuse, verbal abuse, and have to overcome that over the years. But then most recently, the broken was a few years ago. I found myself broke, not just broken, but financially broken. My husband and I, a good decade plus ago, had invested in investment properties, and it went sour, like it did for many people around the GFC when that crashed. Yes. Probably a bit longer than 10, actually, 14 years ago. So I found myself broken in a way that life hadn't turned out at 40, 45, where I thought it was going to be. And we basically had to all bar sell our family home, but everything else that we'd built, and start again and start fresh. So I felt very broken then, and I was a stay-at-home mum, so I had to start making decisions and changes in ways that I didn't really want to, and found different ways to work through that.
Beautiful. And you've actually created a whole business around that, haven't you? That's now become your thing. So could you tell us about what that is that you do?
Yeah, look, you know, and again, other people might relate to this if they're in the coaching and helping space, is when we've worked through something ourselves and experienced that clarity and shift and healing, we want to share that with others. We want others to know that there's a way, and to help serve and support others. So just around the decade ago, 9 years ago, I started looking into being a life coach, because I wanted a life coach. Had helped me. She's a dear friend of mine and inspired me to be a coach. Back then, I didn't think I had what it took to be one. And today, here I am, a decade on, I am one, and making a difference in people's lives, which is just, for me, helps me wake up excited and thrilled about my life every day. And that is not how it's always been. So, yeah, that was the catalyst to becoming a coach. Is I had a coach. It helped me get through. It helped me get past being broken, and found out that I didn't need fixing, actually. I just needed to rediscover who I was at my core.
Yeah, that's beautiful. And I'm going to, just because you're talking about making a difference in people's lives, I'm actually going to throw a little testimonial in here, just simply because it feels right to do. One of the things that you've helped me uncover is my fear of, it went back to a very particular instant in my childhood where I was ridiculed for doing show and tell, that I did the wrong thing and was put up as an example as this is not what you do. And I get a bit emotional thinking about it, because look at me right here now. This is like the ultimate show and tell. Here, this is my friend. Look what she does. I'm going to do it live on Facebook. So for me, that is an enormous amount of personal growth. I would never have considered doing this a year ago, 6 months ago. So you've helped bring me to that place. That was my biggest fear. And yet it's the place that I love to be. I love doing interviews, and I've only done a few, but I'm really, really enjoying it. So thank you. Thank you so much. The question is, for people watching, I guess, is how do you actually do what you do? And because if you ask me, I don't know, you just do it and it happens and it's great. So if you can just explain that a little bit.
Yeah, it's a great question, and thank you so much for your words and to see your emotion. And if I think back to where you were when we first met, we met quite a few years ago through different things, and then for you to engage me as your coach, and then to start and then stop and start again, which is quite a normal and typical process. That's been my process. Start, stop, start, stop. And have an understanding that our inner healer will only allow us to go where we need to go at any given time. And that coaching can get a bad rap sometimes around pushiness and setting actions and goals. And what I do, my style, is with compassion and heart-centered every time. And I meet you where you're at, meet the client, and you know this to be true because you have that. To meet you where you're at, to know that you have to still get up and live in your life every day. And it's not about what I want you to achieve. It's me meeting you where you want, what you want to achieve. And then, and yet, knowing when there's a little bit of holding back and that you are ready, and with encouragement and support, and I've got you, you can go a little bit further. So challenge does come in. But that takes a skilled person and someone that is not for them, but there for their client to serve, to know when that's time. And, you know, in the beginning when I became a coach, I don't know that I did that well. So to anyone out there I coached a few years ago, sorry. No. I have been told it was effective, but what I know now after years of experience doing this, I have a broader range of experience. So knowing what to do with each client and to meet them where they're at. And I've added resources and tools along the way. So my study is still currently happening. I have business coaches, I have a spiritual coach, and mentors around me, and I do different study all the time that adds to that. So inner child work, movie yoga, timeline work. I've got more intense study coming up in October to become formally an NLP transformational coach. So for me, it's about keeping ahead of and keeping up to date with new skills so that I can help you. So it really happens through one-on-one coaching is one of my main things, which is what you and I do. One-on-one coaching with women, typically in business, like you are, whether you're at a startup business. But my favorite people to work with is women that are juggling and challenged by staying their course, staying on their path, while also still nurturing and raising their family. Even if they're teenagers, they're still our responsibility to help guide them. So women in business that are juggling and have that challenge of keeping their dreams alive while helping other people in their lives achieve theirs. And it's hard. It's what I'm smack in the middle of myself. So I want to be that example for other women and, you know, men as well, mostly women. You don't have to wait for the right time. The time is now, and you need to start making a plan to move forward with that. So yeah, one-on-one coaching is my main thing, and I also do online workshops. And next year I will be launching sort of bigger mentoring 6-month intimate programs as well.
Oh, beautiful. And thank you. You did actually answer my next question, and I was going to ask you who you do actually do coaching for, so that's fantastic. And I love that you've mentioned that nurturing side of things too, because I as a participant, I understand that there are some things that you want to approach and other things that you just don't want to go there, or you need to set it aside for a week or a month or 6 months even. And you're really good at finding those things that need to be looked at and giving your client the time to work out where you need to go, but not letting you sit on it forever. So you know when to push, basically, and it's never a boot up the backside. It's a gentle shove in the right direction, and that for me has been invaluable. So you mentioned that you've got some new things happening as well, Michelle. So do you want to tell us about that? Because I think you have something pretty exciting coming up this weekend.
Absolutely. So this Saturday, July 10, online, 8:30 a.m. to 11:30. So it's a 3-hour online workshop. It's a workshop called Finding You and Finding Your Why. And originally it was a charged workshop that I've done before. And what I decided to do just recently, I had a moment of clarity. I'm actually offering it for $17 only. It was actually
Wow.
going to be $165 per person, and it certainly is that value. But I decided to make it affordable so more people can join, $17. And all of the monies raised are going towards a charity or a foundation organisation that's close to my heart. And they're all about stamping out human trafficking across the world. So it's called Operation Underground Railroad. And it's directly connected to ASEA, the company that Megan and I are a part of. And that's their foundation. They're connected to that, and all the money's going towards that. So human trafficking for me, I just can't believe it's something that's so rife throughout the world. And I was aware it was in many places, but in Australia as well. And I was at a conference a few years ago when I heard that being spoken about. I remember thinking, I want to help, I need to do something. So it's just given me an opportunity this Saturday for anyone that joins, $17, all the money's raised. And I'm proud to say we've already got quite a bit raised. So all the money will be collected by me, and then I'll donate that directly to. So at some point next week, post the workshop, I will share on a live how much we raised and where that's going. So
Fantastic.
Yeah.
And how can people find where to join or where to sign up for that?
So
Can
the
we
best
put
place
something in the comments, or?
Yeah, I'm not sure how to do that. Okay, I could put that somewhere.
We can do it after.
Yeah, the best way is to do it after. I've got a link that's directly connected to the event, which you can click on and put a comment there to register. The best way is probably to private message me. So maybe just my Facebook link in the comments after would be great.
Excellent.
And the actual workshop, I didn't really say what it's about except the title. So the Finding You, Finding Your Why, it's to help gain clarity and direction, and to start looking at what is your why. Why do you get up in the morning? Why do you do what you do? And it's ideal for anybody who is either stuck in a job, stuck in a career, stuck in a relationship, stuck in a life that they're not fully satisfied with. And I've seen people do this workshop and come out at the end with clarity that they just couldn't expect after 3 hours. And it's a structured workshop and process that I take everyone through, and it'll be semi-interactive. So there'll be a bit of question and answer time, but if there's someone that doesn't want to share or be seen, they can have their video off the whole time, and there'll be a workbook actually emailed to them for them to print that'll be working through with me through the whole workshop.
Fabulous, fabulous. I just want to ask too, because you've touched on, because of the topic of your workshop on Saturday, being in the network marketing space, we're very aware of the why. We talk about it quite a bit, and I think all network marketing companies do. It's something that we address. So I think it's really important to let everybody else know as well, this is not just a network marketing thing. Your why is really important, isn't it? No matter who you are and where you are in life.
Oh my gosh. And I'm ever grateful for ASEA and everybody in that team that helped me get very focused on my why. And then I have a business coach now who has taken me to another level of diving even deeper with my why. And it's helped since February change my business, change my focus, and get real about what's very, very important to me. So I thought I knew my why a couple of years ago, and then I thought I knew it again a year ago, and now I'm clear again. And that is why I'm doing what I'm doing, because I'm now much clearer on why I'm doing what I'm doing in every moment, every day. And not to sound so specific about every moment, but I'm more purposeful now than what I ever was before, because I can connect everything back to that why. And just as a little hint and secret about the workshop, everybody will get to actually write a personal mission statement for themselves. And you come out of the workshop with something very specific for you that's individual and tailored. So there's a little secret for the weekend workshop. It's very exciting. I love it.
It is, and look, I'll be there. For somebody who really doesn't like to dig deep and do stuff about my why, at times I've really, really avoided it for a long time. As you know, I'm in. I want to get that clarity now. So, yeah, awesome. Looking forward to it. So thank you, Michelle. I think we'll close up there because I don't want to keep people away from their jobs for too long this morning. Thank you so much for joining us, and can't wait for Saturday. And we'll pop some info into the comments below so people can find you.
Yes, and I just realised there's also online tonight on Zoom, so someone would have to comment to ask for the link. But there's a discussion happening tonight called Raw and Honest, the journey from broken to bold and bountiful.
Oh,
so it's free, anyone can join, you just need the link. And I must say I'm a little bit vulnerable and nervous about it because it is going to be a raw and honest conversation. But hey, that's where we need to go to get where we want to be.
And that could be a true taster for what you do if people are interested. Yeah. Awesome.
Yeah. Thanks for inviting me, Megan.
You're welcome, and we'll talk again soon. Thanks
Bye.
so much. Bye.
Bye.